Hey, welcome to the process. My name is Dr. Bush. This is a continuation of my journey. This is going to actually be an article, not a page. There is a difference. My pages are on the Fake Pigskin Professor's Classroom, and my articles, of course, will be what you probably find first. I just put out Best Ball Part 1 to look at draft pattern by position, and some strategy that you might use. This is a little bit more in-depth, kind of round by round, based on ADP, current Best Ball ADP from Best Ball 10s. Just that's where I happen to play, hidden, of course. And so let's continue. And this is round one. And so what I've done here is the draft position is you either get 1 to 12. The position drafted by ADP, the player, the team, the bye, the public score positional rank. So what I have done is normalized all the different positions on a scale of 0 to 100 so that you can figure that out. In other words, people just use kind of stats. They don't think about what people need to see. So when a player like Christian McCaffrey is a 100, that's the best. Okay. So in round one, and then my scoring ranking from 2020. So I took all the positions, went from high to low scoring fantasy points per game for injuries. And then I give you a ratio of what the public thinks relative to what 2020 was. And a perfect score would be 100, okay, or I'm sorry, 1, and a poor score would be 0 something, okay, and then in between. I mark issues as far as what is concerning to me, and with the X in the last lane here, and notice we have some ratios that are quite low, so that means the scoring last year doesn't correlate with how they're being drafted this year. In other words, it should make you think about, is the player overvalued or undervalued, right? You need to make that final call, okay? I will have part 3 rankings where I try to use my rankings with uncertainty analysis that's coming. But anyway, we can see the top running back, tight end, and wide receiver will all be going in the first round of your best ball. And your number 2 wide receiver, Tyreek Hill, is also going. And that's it. And the rest are running backs. So clearly, you need to decide kind of your journey, and people start looking at 0 RB, right? You hear about that. Well, that means they're going to be taken later. I mean, there's more to it than that, but in general terms, early in the draft, you're taking positions other than running backs. There can be modified drafting and lots of debates right now. Everybody thinks they know something. I like to have benchmarks, and to help me with my reference class forecasting, you should definitely check out that lesson on my classroom page. But anyway, you need to decide, do you pick Adams or Hill or Kelsey? And that is 7th, 8th, and 10th picks. I mean, that can vary, right? I mean, anything can happen in a thing. So are the running backs worthy of your time, early in the draft? I will say this, stats show that running backs expire quicker, and you're going to run out of good running backs quicker than good wide receivers. Okay, so be aware of that. Hence the debate. People take early, like 2 running backs. Some people don't. That's why there is a distribution that is more, how should I say this, more steep on decline over the draft with the running backs versus wide receivers, etc. So you'll need to decide there. I do note that Barkley, Taylor, and Elliott all had scoring issues last year. Elliott had injury. Barkley had issues and injury. Taylor's the only one. People are thinking that he's going to be worthy of a 6th pick. Marlon Mack should be there. Nakeem Hines catches passes out of the backfield, so I'm not taking a lot of Taylor just based on that. It's about a .057 scoring ratio, so I think if I'm at 6th and Taylor's there, I'm probably taking Kelsey or Adams. Okay, that's just kind of how I'm doing things. Okay, so that's round 1. And this is just a graph I had in my first part on the actual numbers, and you can actually see when each position was taken. So in round 1, we have 9 RBs, 1 tight end, and 2 running backs. So coming into round 2 then, 6 RBs will come off the board. So for a total in the first 2 rounds of 14. So what that says, hashtag RB is a running total. And we will have 6 running backs taken in round 2. So that's, I'm sorry, that's, 6 and was that 5, 6? So maybe 1 tight end. Let's see, 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, my bad. 5 RBs, 6 wide receivers, and 1 tight end. So if you miss Kelsey, you need to think about, do you pick up Kittle or wait rounds 3 and 4 and pick up Waller or Andrews? Notice that the first 12 tight ends are gone by round 10. So you have a little bit of time here, as well as quarterbacks by round 9. Notice I've got circled 14 have been taken and 13. So you can still have some debates there about what you're taking. If you've got to have the best, then you've already taken Kelsey if you could in the first round. Okay, but if the next 2 or 3 tight ends are worthy, then you don't have to jump, I guess, in the second round. Okay, I think you got a little slack here, and you certainly don't have to jump for a quarterback in the second round. So this just allows me to kind of think about what I might be seeing. So we can see the distribution has changed slightly in favor of the wide receiver. Kittle's in the middle round. So if you miss Kelsey, do you take Kittle at this point? I have on occasion in best balls, but a lot of times I have not. His scoring index is .08, so it's not, perfect by any means. But notice nobody's perfect in round 2. So probably if you're going 0 running back, then wide receivers, you'll probably take in Diggs, Hopkins, Metcalf, Ridley. I'm real strong on Ridley. That's who I'm taking almost every place I can. Uh, so you need to decide there. If you go two RBs, then you're having to pick Akers, Eckler, Swift, Gibson, and Dobbins. And noticed all those are below .06 in ratio scoring. So there's some ticks, regardless of what, the smoke and mirrors on podcast and Twitter sphere are saying. Okay, there's some issues with all those. Okay, I mean, not, worst issues. I mean, the worst is Akers. I haven't been taking him. Maybe I'm wrong. Eckler seems fine. Swift seems okay. Gibson, I know there's some injury issues that are talking about some toes and whatnot. Dobbins probably is another favorite of mine, but it's a .04 there. So you'll need to think about your strategy here. Okay, so I'm just kind of showing you the board as I see it. And so it probably depended on what you did in round one, what you might be doing in round two. But most people are going RB or WR. So just be aware the RBs have kind of declined at this point relative to scoring last year. So you already walked out of that. And remember, you're into RB2 territory here. So if you took a non-RB in round one and you're hoping the round, this round you pick one, it's not going to be, an RB1 type. You kind of miss those. There's a few, Dobbins and Eckler might be, but it's some uncertainty to it. Okay, it's not just clear cut. It's not just here we go, So do think about that. Like I said, this ratio just is nothing else is a warning, okay, to give some deeper thought, right? Not just blindly flip and pick, okay? You don't want to be flipping and picking, okay? So round three now, we're going to see RBs coming back in vogue. So what's happened, I think people maybe have grabbed an RB round one. They tended to grab a WR, and now they're trying to say, oh, I better get that second RB. So there's pressure in round three to grab an RB. So let's look at what's being available to us here. Okay, but by the end of the third round, we have run out of the WR1s. Okay, right here. You see it's 12. So what do we do? Here's that. So let's look at the RBs. Scoring wise, it's .655. Got a rookie here. I don't know about that. I've not taken him yet in 20 best balls. Probably I'm bad. Montgomery is the best by last year's scoring. Not saying he's the best this year, right? All I'm saying is this is kind of a benchmark for you to think about. If you wanted another RB or a tight end, Waller looks good to me, and I have picked him up. I do like Keenan Allen in here a lot, so I think those would be my two non-RB picks. I would probably be grabbing one of those and probably passing on some of these other guys and maybe grabbing Montgomery if I'm late in round three. Not sure. Okay. But again, just let you look at it. So round four, we get our first QB, Mahomes, off the board. Notice people are happy now. The pressure with the RB is gone, and there's only two in round four. So everybody's looking back to the WRs. So it's kind of like RB, WR, RB, WR is going to be the pattern most people have selected. So if you want to be contrarian, people say, oh, that's what win game. Then you would do RB, RB, right? You would just zig where everybody zags. Okay. So that's how you would approach that. If you've got to have, uh, Mahomes, then I guess you'll grab him. Here he is, .9. That's a nice QB. Look at the run of wide receivers. Everybody's grabbing one now. The gold rush is on, and the best one is Thielen, who I have been taking, just scoring wise. People are really talking up Johnson. Remember, right now, everybody's talking, right? Come see me. I got the secrets. Right now, I think we should just be getting reference points figured out, okay? This is not time for super secrets. There's a lot of training camp and things to go before we start, getting to secret plays here. Another rookie RB at Jacksonville. I mean, I haven't been taking him. I'm bad on Chris Carson. I misspelled it. Chris Carson I have taken on occasion. Okay. I do like Lamb, even though it's a little low. I'm staying away from Julio because I don't know what team he's going to be on. So notice Cooper and Lamb are fighting, at the same spot. Public seeing Lamb over Cooper, but not by much. Everybody's going to the youth of Lamb. Evans is also pretty good as well. We'll see. I think you got a lot of selections, a lot of similar players. There's a few issues that one should be aware of. Okay, this is my next one. Round 5. Another quarterback, some more, another RB, another tight end, some more WRs. So WRs, we've got a run of these that are going to dominate, but people are starting to move into QBs and tight ends at this point. Round 5, just be aware. Josh Allen and I like them both. If you passed on Mahomes, I think you got a good shot at that. So, Galladay, Higgins, Brandon Lockett. I like Lockett. Scored a lot last year, .08. So, Cup have moved. Claypool. Melvin Gordon is probably, and Hunt are the top 2. Javonte Wynn, another rookie. The problem with me and rookies is sometimes they don't crank up till mid to late season to really get into form. So how much points will you score? You may be paying too much for some of these. I mean, there's a lot of people that study this and probably would be laughing right now. I don't know. I'm giving you what's worked for me and allowed me to collect money in best ball in the past. Seems a little conservative. Hey, Andrews is a fine tight end. I have taken him as well as my first tight end. That's, in fact, skipping Kittle and Waller, and I've grabbed Andrews. Baltimore has been using their tight end a lot. .7 is not bad. Okay, round 5. Round 6, RBs, QBs, and tight end are 5. Everybody else is wide receiver. So notice we're in this big wide receiver run from 4th round to about the 8th round. They're tending to dominate. The RBs come back around 7 and 8. So in the 6th round, we're still selecting wide receivers. So who are we talking? Chart Boy, Juju, Fuller, Beckham, Cortland Sutton, Anderson. Fuller is the best of that bunch as far as scoring last year, Miami. You may be able to pick him. I have picked him up a little bit. Everybody else is near the same. I am Sutton. I have been passing on 0.05. And Shark, I think I've been passing on as well. But Juju, Fuller, and Anderson, I've done well. I love Dak. Public, if you look at his scoring adjusted for it, it's 1.17, so he's solid. I'm taking him everywhere I can. I may be messed up. Hawkinson is fine. You know, you could skip all these, and I think you're fine. Gaskin and Jones. I guess I'm taking Gaskin, but I have taken Jones. You know, at this point, round 6, if you need an RB, you need to, then you need to take one. Round 7, starting to balance out more quarterbacks, RBs, and wide receivers. So this is a more of your balanced round here. So let's see who we're talking here. Quarterbacks: Wilson, Abear, or Herbert, I guess. I'm from Louisiana, so. And Rodgers, lots of controversy. Those are all above 1. I think I would take Wilson over the other 2 just because of more certainty about what you're getting. Our first rookie, WR, Chase, Cincinnati. I don't know if that's, I think you're just be cautious. Brown, Hollywood Brown, I haven't taken any of him. Cooks, I've been taking. You know why? Because 0.9. He scored a lot relative to the price. So that is strictly a price play here. Samuel is an okay price play in round 7. So those 2. Edmonds, Moster, Dillon, I'm letting people grab. And Fournette, you got that Jones-Fournette thing. People like Jones over Fournette. I think I would take Evans first, but that would just be a preference here. Okay. Round 8. Tight ends starting to steal the show here. So a lot of people are getting worried, a lot of pressure in round 8 to grab a tight end or a quarterback. So just be aware that if you waited and you passed on the first 5 tight ends, first 6 rounds, everybody starts realizing, look at 8, 9, 10, and 11. Look at that. That's 11 tight ends are going to come out in the next 4 rounds. Okay. 2 to 3 a round. So people a little panicked. Uh-oh, I don't have a tight end. I better go get one. So there's going to be a tight end run here. So, how do you want to play it? You need to think of it. Notice round 7, there wasn't a tight end. So one way is to drop in round 7 and grab, and grab you a tight end right here before the run. I don't know who you'd grab yet, but you have some choices here. So you need to decide are you going to jump the run? Notice that QBs are starting to line up. What are we talking here? 6, 8, 9, 12. So from round 8 to 12, we've got 12 quarterbacks. So we've had 8 go so far. So there's going to be a tendency to grab a tight end and a QB in these next 5 rounds. So do you want to beat that and collect RBs and WRs instead? It's up to you. I mean, however your game plays. Hurts, Brady. I think I'm going Brady over Hurts if I've got to grab one. Tight end, Fant, Goddard, Tanyan. I'm going Tanyan if I've got to. So if I've got to jump, I've jumped to Tanyan in round 7. WRs, Landry, Chenault. Not strong on Chenault. Samuel looking really good. So to me, Samuel is the play in here. RBs, I like David Johnson. I know there's a lot of mouths to feed. He'll get. I think he will get goal line work, and Drake, I think will get more work than public thinks. Those will be my 2 picks in here. Round 9, it's QBWR Festival here. Here we go. Stafford, Burrow, Watson, Tannehill. If Deshaun can get out of legal issues, he's a bargain here. If he can't, then you've wasted a pick. Tannehill's the safe one. I do like Stafford as well, but it would be between those 2 for me unless you hear something about Watson. So what's going to happen is Watson news is going to hit. There may be drips and drabs, and you might be in best ball. Just get ready to jump if you hear something, because sometimes Watson's been falling to later rounds. Pitts, everybody's high on, but I think they still got Halen Hurst there. Rookie. I mean, I'm letting other people draft. Logan Thomas is my tight end in this round. Devonta Smith is another rookie. A lot of squawk and talk. We're getting 9th round. Maybe it's worth a play. You're not as invested highly. He would probably be your WR 3-4 type. That may be about right. Parker, Brown. Brown scores. Almost perfect. Be aware that people are misreading that relative to the value. Gallup could surprise, but he's been dropping down here. They think he's the 3rd pick, and that Cooper, Lamb are fighting for the top 2. Gallup might be a good handcuff injury. If Cooper or Lamb get hurt, Gallup slides right in from to WR2. So that might be a sneaky play. Moss and Connor. Connor has the better scoring. A lot of publicity on Moss. I don't know. Don't know about that. I would probably take Connor, but that would be me. Halfway through the best ball now, 20 rounds. Okay. We're back to running backs, tight ends. Okay, people, man, I need that 3rd, 4th running back here in best ball. Notice 10, 11, 12. Look at that. 17 RBs are going between the 10th and 13th. Folks, if you want to jump the run, jump it in the 9th round for your RBs. Okay? Pick one or two of these and go for it. Tight ends, people are in the tight end panic. Remember, you probably jumped in round 7 to get yours. So now you can wait and actually notice round 12, you can get another jump on another little segment of tight end 2s. Okay, so that's why I like these patterns. I try to anticipate these jumps and these patterns here. Wake up, folks. This is the process. It's 10th round. Matt Ryan is a fine QB1, I think. Even if Julio leaves, I think with the tight ends, I think he will do well. Trevor Lawrence, I think I'll let you draft him. Gesicki is great. If you're waiting for a tight end 2, Hunter and Evan Ingram are all great tight end 2s. Nice. Corey Davis versus Williams. We all hear every year Mike Williams gonna do good. I'm taking Davis. RBs. Wilson's hurt. He's fallen. Maybe he's the slippery. I'm taking Hines all day in a PPR. Mike Davis, I'm taking all day. Notice those numbers all day long. Gainwell, I don't know. I'm going to wait. 10th round. He'd be my 5th RB, maybe. I'd take Davis over him. Hines, even Wilson. Okay. 11th round. Told you we're in the middle of the tight end run. We're in the middle of an RB run, that right here. So hopefully you jumped here. Okay. A little bit of cooling here in round 11. So look at these 10. Look at these 12. Which one do you want if you're playing that game? Cousins, Mayfield, Wentz. I'm going Cousins of those 3. 11th round. For QB 2 or 3. Smith, Higbee, Jonnu. I think as for a tight end 2-3, it would be Jonnu. I think I've taken him a lot as a tight end 3. WRs, Rager, Waddle, Jones, Beasley. I'm taking Beasley. Then maybe Jalen, just because Miami's been pass happy. So we'll see. I'm not taking Jalen Rager from Philadelphia. Marvin Jones, not sure. I'm not taking him. Singletary's an interesting play in here. Everybody's talking Moss. Singletary's going to be in there. It's going to be a committee. You might be able to collect at the goal line. He may be your RB4, maybe. 12th round. Man, we're going crazy over WRs and running backs. So let's see who we're talking here. McKissick is fine. Michael Carter, everybody's squawking. He's going to emerge late. Okay, 12th round, maybe this is where you take him as your 4 or 5. Chuba Hubbard, I don't know. Trey Sermon, I don't know. Jamal Williams, so I would probably like McKissick, Williams, and then maybe one of the rookies. it'll be all right. I like Crowder in here. I've been picking him up. Hilton as well. That's who I've been picking up in this round. Okay. Okay. Good. Round 13. Here we go. Jones, Carr, Rothenberger all day long. In fact, I've been waiting as my QB2, 2, 3. Gronkowski or Hurst. I like Gronk. What can I say? I'm taking him as my TE 2-3 type. Running backs, I've been taking White and Latavius Murray here. Henderson's okay. I guess he would be my third. Ruggs, Shepard, Davis. I guess Shepard, I don't know. I'm not enamored with this crew. Round 14. We see our first defense going. So if you got to have an early defense in best ball. By the way, I do draft 3 defenses. So I have been collecting one in 14 or 15, my choice. Okay, so usually by this time I've gotten 2 QBs, gotten plenty of running backs and wide receivers. So if I'm feeling good, the 5th, 6th round on both of those, then I'm taking a defense here at this point. Notice the next 4 rounds, 13 are going. So most people are taking at least 2. I'm taking 3. So the Rams, that's usually, I've been taking a lot of those. Quarterback, Justin Fields, I'm passing. Cohen could surprise. I'm probably taking Lindsey in the 14th round. Blake Jarwin all day long here. Maybe Ertz. You might get you 3 tight ends. I would collect one of those as my tight end 3s. Kimmett may be okay. Hooper may be okay. If a tight end 3. Kurt, Aguilar, Bateman, I'm taking, I don't know who. Not sure I'm taking any. Maybe Aguilar just because they got to throw to somebody in New England, I guess. I don't know. I'm underwhelmed by my menu selection here. 15th, some more quarterbacks, kind of spread out. Nothing really dramatic other than the defenses are really winding up. Pittsburgh, Washington, I'm good with either. Jameis could be the surprise. I just don't know how they're using Hill. I think that cuts his value, so he'd be my QB3. Fitzpatrick, QB2. Okay. Golf as well. He could be okay. It's a QB2, 3. Okay. So Brown, Slayton, Campbell, Gage all day, all night long. This is the bargain of this round right here. Take it and run with it. Maybe Ebron, tight end 3. Williams, roll the dice. I don't think I am. 16th round, lots of defenses. Nothing else really. Some tight ends are happening, but defenses are the game. Any one of these seem fine for your, the public likes the Ravens over the Buccaneers. That's fine. Everett, Cook, I like Cook as my tight end 3 if you want to take them. Allen Lazard, Mitchell, Moore. And I don't know if I'm taking it. Marlon Mack, I'm taking him as that RB 6, 7, all day long. Gage and now Mack and Cook. 17th round, everybody's still talking defense. People were panicking, grabbing, snatching and grabbing. Either one's fine at this point. As long as you got 3, I think you're fine. Wilson, Darnold, Newton. I think Newton's the surprise QB3 here. Green, Sanders. I like Sanders. And I like Myers in round 17. I have no clue about this deep play here. I guess if you love to stack with RB7s and 8s, then I guess you might grab him. Not really sure. Round 18, people are getting tired. Going back to the WRs at this point, I want to make sure I grab the last couple off the board. I've been liking Scantling of this crew. A lot of talk on Edwards, baby. I like Early. I've been taking him. I mean, they can prop him up at the goal line. You might get, I mean, is your RB6? Come on now. I mean, he 3.4. Come on. Look at that scoring versus what the, I mean, that's 3-1. Okay, you can chew on me if he's my RB6, 7. Tight end, I'm probably not picking up. Trey Lance, no. Nothing really happening around 18 other than what I just said. Round 19, defenses and people are going the next 2 rounds, going to grab that last RB off the board. So if you like any of those 8 or 9 or 10, you needed to have jumped in round 18 to jump ahead. So now's another jump you could do. Bernard, Shell, I like Shell. Okay, like. Bernard's RB 6, 7 as well. Smith, I'm liking as a deep stab. Howard could be an injury issue, injury handcuffed to Gronk, and you would win. But remember, at this point, if you're just good at picking, you'll probably do well. But that's kind of who I'm looking at here. Don't know about Hill in Green Bay. I don't know what's going to be happening in Green Bay. And finally, the last round, it's the RBs off the board in the last defense. Bowden, everybody's boy, you talking about getting some Twitter talk right there. That guy, Boone. Yeah. I'm probably not grabbing any. I'm probably grabbing, I like this guy. Cephas is a deep play. And I like, if you like tight end 4s, Schultz is your great injury handcuff. I don't know who else is out there. There's probably some deeper RBs and things that I'm picking up on occasion. Seems like there is. Who else am I grabbing even deeper than these guys? I forgot. That's what happens. Anyway, I think I've done 20. That's it. So this is my video view of my article. I'm going to try to put these figures up and whatnot so you can see the figures. I just don't like to write as much. I can't respond. I respond differently by video and talking versus writing it out. So you kind of get the best of both worlds on thinking. Okay. I hope you enjoy this. This is fun stuff.